All right, hello everyone. I'm Cookiepocalypse and I'm running Deltarune today. Oh yeah, you can see me on the camera there. So one small thing I want to mention before we start the run is during this run, I'm holding down left shift and left control on my keyboard the entire time, but I don't want to do that manually. So what I have is this goldfish box, and then I have a Paw Patrol Jumbo playing cards pack, and I use those to stabilize the goldfish box on the shift and control button on my keyboard, so I hold those down the whole time. It's very important. All right, now that I've got that out of the way, let's just get into the run. So 3, 2, 1, go. So unfortunately, the start of the run, we kind of just have to wait and sit through this cutscene. It's really fun and exciting, but after we get through all this, everything gets a lot more interesting pretty fast. So this section is pretty much just mashing. The only thing you have to do other than mashing is pick a name, and it is slightly faster. You actually have to pick 2 names, pick the name of your creation and then the name of yourself, and it's slightly faster to pick 2 different names. So just pick 2 different names there really quickly. And now we just get to relax, and the actual game will start in 20 seconds. Also, just getting into the basics of this game, text mashing is really interesting. If you've played Undertale or know anything about how Undertale works, thankfully it's very different from that. In Undertale, you have to press both X and Z in order to skip a text box. But in this game, because I'm holding down Shift, all I have to do is press Z or Enter. Also, mashing your arrow keys for some reason makes you stand up a lot faster there. And that item I just picked up makes text mashing even easier. It's known as the wrist protector, and it mashes text boxes for you at a speed of 15 text boxes per second. But unfortunately, because of the way text mashing works in this game, that's not good enough. So we get to mash Enter and Z on top of the already skipped text from the wrist protector, and it's just a lot of fun. So this game has a run button, and that's cool and stuff, but momentum in this game is really wacky. If you bump into anything at all, you lose all your speed. Oh, I messed up there, I think, yeah, lost my speed there. And so there's a lot of small optimization that comes into trying to keep your speed, like going down those chutes there. You have to land perfectly in the middle to keep your speed on the other side of them. But anyways, that was okay movement. So a lot of the optimization in this run, especially early game, really comes down to keeping your speed on stuff like that, and I didn't. Also, a really fun thing about this chase with Lancer here is, for some reason, this is the only place in the game where holding up against a wall doesn't slow you down. And let's see if I get hit here. Nope, I'm not gonna get hit, whatever. This game doesn't... Oh, there it is. Now we can walk facing up and down, and it's cool and wacky. And then this section, doesn't matter what you do here. Oh, almost messed that up. All right, so moving on into the first actual boss fight of the game here. First, we just need to say no to watching the story cutscene. Text choices are actually really nice in this game because you can just hold a direction that the choice appears in and mash, and it will automatically select it every time. So this first Lancer fight here is a massive reset point for runs, because in order to beat him as fast as possible, you got to hit 4 perfect hits in a row, or 3, not 4. I don't know how to count. And I missed the first one, and I missed the second one. So if you miss one at all, then it's just better to spare, or not spare, but defend, because that's a new mechanic in this game. So now really you just have to wait here. Also, a small thing, you do want to take damage with Susie, but that'll come up later. In about 7 minutes, 6 minutes actually. Closer to 5.5, really. Anyways, now Ralze's joined our party. Lancer's gone forever. So messing up the fight like I did loses about 6 seconds. And unfortunately, because of how optimized this game is, my PB, I hold the world record for this game at 26:21, and my PB is like 7 seconds off my sum of best. So losing 6 seconds there essentially just means I can't PB. But anyways, now we're at a castle town. That area kind of always stinks, like especially in marathon runs. I don't think I've gotten quick kill like in a marathon run I've done yet. All right, and now here's where the fun comes in, because obviously these encounters in the overworld, you can kind of just walk past them a lot of the time. But these are the boring ones. We get to learn how to walk past them in more fun ways later. Little small optimization here. I'm bad. I tried to keep my speed while activating that, and I messed up because I'm a fool. Also, coming up in this battle is an interesting new mechanic to this, known as grazing. Basically, when you get close to an enemy's attacks, it speeds up their turn and gives you TP. TP isn't important now, but it'll become important later. And also, I didn't mean to get hit that early on the first turn, but it is intentional to get hit on the first turn, because getting hit there actually skips Lancer. Like, if you don't get hit, Lancer comes in and says, hey, why aren't you getting hit? You're outnumbered. But taking damage skips that. And now we get to sit through 25 seconds of fanfares. That puzzle is pretty simple. Also, interesting thing about this encounter here is that C round is actually the only enemy you can attack and still get like true pacifist in this game, because Susie will automatically attack it. So this fight with Lancer here is a little weird. I'm not really sure why it works the way it does, but the fastest strategy is to attack one of the Jigsawries the first turn, and then Susie will kill the other. And then, for some reason, it's faster to spare on the second turn, but not the first. I don't know why that is, but it is. Ooh, that's sick. Basically, what I did there is if you push the two boxes, like, within like a couple frames of each other, then you can push them and skip a little bit of text there. Also, that skip I did entering this room is a little challenging. It's not the worst, though. Oh, all right. That's a little scary. You can bump on the wall one time and still make it, so I was a little worrying. Fortunately, though, now that I'm past that, the whole checkerboard area should be pretty consistent. Just gotta join the Lancer fan club really quickly. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's what that is. I might just be going crazy. So this room looks like you're gonna get teleported back to the start, because that's what those white tiles do, but it doesn't. And then this is another room, like the earlier room. You gotta have, like, at least relatively... Of course I have perfect movement through that room, which is much harder than the first room. Of course. Why would it not happen? Okay, so now this fight here brings me back to my earlier point about how you want Susie to take damage earlier. Basically, I want Susie to die immediately. I really wish Susie would just stop living, because it saves 6 seconds. What? No! She's still alive. How fun! How fun! Please die second turn. Hey! I got owned. How did I even do that? Well, that's... He targeted Susie with the almond milk. Why? Why? I hate that so much. It doesn't even save time at that point to kill Susie. And also, actually, I think it did because I mismenued and lost a turn. Now, that's not something that happens very often, but hey, I guess we're done. That fight was quite bad. And that's okay. Susie's joining the bad guys or whatever. And we're gonna move on. And the like really cool stuff and fun part of the run, or at least like most fun, is still yet to come. These encounters in the bushes are really easy to avoid. You just like do a quick left, right, and they leave you alone. All right, small thing I'm gonna try to do in this next room. With these like diamond beams or whatever they're called, there's a small chance that you can like, sometimes you can clip through them, depending on like if you just go at like the exact right position. Also, a small thing I did there is when hitting the last switch, I moved a bit farther away in an attempt to keep my speed, and looks like I successfully did that. And just doing stuff like that constantly throughout the run is really important. Except when you mess it up. All right, now coming up to the clover fight. This is a little interesting. For some reason, you can use the manual and then defend, and then if you use the manual again, you can spare clover. All right, now we're coming up to one of the harder skips in the run. This Bloxer skip here. It's a little weird, but it should be fine. Yeah. All right, and then this room. A lot of people don't know you can actually interact with these. But if you press Z or enter, they do make that fun sound. Just got to build a duck really quickly. I swear it's faster. Also, when Susie leaves the screen, the leaves just like float behind her head. If you look closely, you can see that. All right. You're supposed to walk around the middle to like reveal that there's a tree up there, but you don't have to do it at all. You can just activate the hidden switch. All right, so coming up, there's a strat I definitely shouldn't go for. It's double frame perfect. It saves about half a second, and I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
What's wrong with you? Oh.
That was so close. I was one frame off.
Nice try, though. That was really close.
Yeah, I needed to be one frame like closer to the Bloxer when I walked past it, but that's okay. Doesn't lose that much time.
All right, just let me know. We got a quick announcement to make, so whenever you have a little bit of a...
All right, I should have time. There's just like a cutscene here.
Okay, perfect. So basically, we just got a little run added in. We have the developers of Proteus here, which is a love letter to all things old school Doom. They graciously provided us with the demo, which we will showcase on the stream after Deltarune, and I'll be running it myself. It's G-Virus speaking. So, yeah, I mean, don't expect anything too crazy in terms of the speedrun itself, but the game, I assure you, is amazing. Feels great, looks amazing. So stay tuned, and trust me, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, wait. I almost messed up there. All right. And now we're done with the fight here. Doesn't really matter too much that I took damage. As long as I don't get hit on like the final boss, I'll be fine. All right. And now Susie and Lancer join our party for real, and we kind of just walk in a straight line for 2 minutes and mash text. So if you have anything else to say, this would be a good time to go ahead.
I'd like to say that I like trains. There, it said.
So this whole section right here is like pretty slow. Like even after mashing through this text, we just like run through a field with some scary enemies or whatever, and then have another fight in the prison with Lancer, but there's no actual fighting involved in that. It's just like dodging his attacks, which does actually like matter quite a bit in the speedrun because of the grazing in this game and how it speeds up enemies' attacks. But this is still kind of a rather lame segment of the run, but Card Castle coming up after this is where things get like really hard and scary. I need to stop getting hit. All right, didn't lose my speed there, and that's really all that matters. And I think I remember the solution to the puzzle. Yeah, I remember the solution to the puzzle. I'm good. So in this room, you have to interact with 3 things before talking to Rouse. Or not interact with 3 things, but you have to interact 3 times. I think my goldfish box came off the control button. That's okay. And then I also pick up the shackle there in that room because the shackle increases your attack by 1 if you equip it. So later, I'll also be getting the Brave Axe. I don't remember the names of the weapons in this game, but I will be getting an axe and equipping that in the shackle on Susie for the king fight later. So yeah, now this section, the Prison Lancer fight, really the most important thing is that I get 100% TP so I can achieve the true pacifist ending. That's it. This is the true pacifist ending of this game. You can tell it's true pacifist because the purple dinosaur hurts the blue man. All right, so he attacks for 3 turns. Hopefully I can... that was okay. That was still pretty good. Ooh. That turn was bad. First turn was really good, though. Let's see how high I can get. Oh, I got hit. Whatever. I'm still going to get to 100% because there's like 4 turns of just Susie attacking at this point. So unfortunately, this point, it's just like a 1-minute wait. I don't even have to touch the game. I'm just sitting here relaxing. Because I've got shift and control held down, game plays itself at this point. Also, yeah, there it is. I hit the true pacifist ending. That's it. I think that was somewhere around, like, it would have been like 111% TP, which is, it's pretty good, but I've gotten up to the point where I would have like 120%. You don't like actually know for sure the amount you'd get, but I kind of just like make a guess based on the average of how much you get from attacks normally. So I can keep track of how good I am. And it's always worse than it was before. All right, now that Susie's heading out of here, we're gonna get out of this jail and then sit in a 30-second long elevator. But it's more fun than the long elevator from Undertale, which is just like 20 seconds of elevator noise. This one's got some talking. And it's in Japanese. All right, so coming right out of this elevator is the second hardest skip in the run. The hardest skip that people actually do in runs. And by people, I mean only me. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's done this in runs. And I've only ever gotten it in like 2 runs either, because it's pretty new. So hopefully I'll be able to show this off in the next room in order to skip Rudin Ranger here. There's an easier way to do this skip that's only like 2 seconds slower, but that's lame. Oh. Hey, that's sick. I'm so good at this game. That's really nice. Also, I tried to clip through the beams there, didn't quite get it. I think I was a little late. But now after that, hardest puzzle in the entire game. But I've already got the solution memorized, so it doesn't really matter. So now, coming up in the next room is what was previously known as the hardest skip in the game, Head Hathy skip. But, you know, that skip's easy. That's lame. That's not even hard. I mean, if you can't do that in runs consistently, that's such an easy skip. That's actually, like, really hard. But I've done it, like, so much at this point that I've got it really consistently. Somehow. I used to, like, pop off every time I got it. So that's me buying the axe there, and then I'll equip it all on Susie. My health's kind of low, so I'm gonna save before the final, the final fight, the king fight, yeah. So now we're fighting K-Round again. This time we just have to yeet the goat boy. That's stupid. That's so dumb. The hitbox on this thing is awful. I hate this so much. I hate this. Why? This game stinks. Oh, okay. So it should be over there, but it's not. This game is mean and bad. And by that I mean I like this game, but it's annoying. All right, there it is. All right, now that we're done with that, it's just the final boss, and then we're done with the whole game. All right, now in this final room, there's like 30 seconds or so. Or no, I think it's longer than that before the actual boss fight starts. So in this boss fight, the TP or tension points actually matters for once here, more than just speeding up enemies' attacks. Because if you have 60% TP, you can do a joint attack as Chris and Rouse, known as Root Buster, that does a lot of damage. So ideally, we're gonna do a lot of those. So first turn, we just need to like do that to activate it. So now we can use Red Buster if I get enough TP. Nice. So this is Root Buster right here. Small thing about that attack is mashing Enter and Z while like during it does make it deal more damage. Yo, I'm popping off. I'm gonna go for a risky hard strat that I've never, I'm not gonna go for it, never mind. I'm not going for the risky hard strat because I took damage there. There's a really hard strat here that's really tight on both TP optimization and you can't miss a single gold hit with anyone. And it's about 3 seconds faster than what I'm doing. But that's okay. This is still fast. Stop taking damage. Also, there was previously a strat on this boss fight that beat it in one less turn, but it turns out because of how fast using Red Buster and then sparing with Rouse is, it's actually faster to do this fight in one more turn. Okay, I'm gonna need an extra attack with Rouse on the last turn, but this, I should kill him here. Yeah, we're good. And that's it. That's the last, like, moment that can really save or lose time throughout the run. From here on, it's just like waiting. This is looking like it will probably be super low 27. So that's a pretty okay run. Certainly have had some things go wrong, but overall, I feel pretty okay with this. Actually, it might even be a 26. I'm not sure. Also, now that I've got some time, I want to talk about the Switch version of this game really quickly. The Switch version of this game is interesting because, for the most part, it's very similar, but there is one different thing you can do, and basically by using like the manual in your menu or something, you can menu buffer and like move past cutscenes, like places that normally move you back. Like if you get to this point without having hurt anyone, you get like a special like true pacifist thing. It's not really a different ending, but it like kind of is. I don't know. And so actually, technically, the fastest thing to do for any percent would be to get here on true pacifist, and then use the manual menu buffering in order to allow yourself to basically in true pacifist. Susie won't let you leave this area, and you can use that manual menu buffering to get out of it. And so technically for any percent, that would be the fastest thing to do. But unfortunately, it's frame perfect, and you'd have to hit like 15 to 20 frame perfect inputs in a row. And that's kind of scary. I can't even do that. Well, actually, that's not true, because there's stuff in Undertale that's like a million frame perfect inputs. I don't know what I was saying with this being a 26. No, this is not a 26. This is like mid 27. I'm silly. All right, from this point, it's just a straight run to the end once Susie gets out of my way. Honestly, though, this run's not great, but I'm happy with it because I got Rudin Ranger and Head Happy. Oh right, I forgot like my horrible miss menus. That's why this is so slow. That should never happen. All right, and we're walking through this town faster than you drive through it with a car in the normal. Oh, I forgot to mention, the only reason this is New Game Plus is just because basically New Game Plus allows you to go to the Dark World immediately. And time's coming up right there. Time. 27:22. That's not horrible. It's not great either. I'll take it. Well, I have to take it, but that's fine. That's okay.
It was a pretty good run, if you ask me.
Yeah. So really quickly, I want to give a shout out to the Deltarune community, and specifically Ten Dog, who made a TAS of this game, and he found a bunch of like the new crazy strats, like the Rudin Ranger skip I went for at the start of Card Castle, and the thing I did in Forest Maze where I encountered the Bloxer. That skip I went for there was also found by him. So shout outs to him. He found a lot of cool stuff. Made this game even better. Arguably better. I don't... Because yeah, it's better, but I don't know. I just don't want to do... It's too hard. Speedrunning's supposed to be easy, you know?
Yeah, about that.
That's how I got world record. I just expected everything to be easy, and it was. All right, and I guess I'm going to sing the credits really quickly. When the light is running low and the shadows start to grow and the places that you know seem like fantasy, There's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold with the truth, the promise in our hearts. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark. That was really wacky. I'm not used to hearing myself.
Woohoo!
All right, and that's it for me.
All right, well,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Cookiepocalypse, for that sick run. So next up, we're gonna have Ori in the Blind Forest Definitive Edition by Smashy coming up right up. We'll do a quick transition and then we'll be ready to go. Thanks you again, Cookie.